Hi, this is Christopher Jennings with Westgate Property Management in Nashville, Tennessee. And what we're going to talk about today is how you set the rent for your property. For the most part, your rent is set for you by the market. If your neighbor is leasing their house for $3,000 a month, you can't very well lease yours for $4,000. Likewise, you don't want to go below the market because you kind of ruin it for everybody else. One of the things the professional property management manager can do is to survey the market and see what kind of comparable properties have leased in that area and determine a good ballpark value for the property. One of the main things that determines how much you can, what you can do within that range is curb appeal. What does the property look like from the outside? Does it look as good or better than your neighbor's? Has the lawn been properly maintained, the beds weeded and mulched, and the bushes trimmed, and all of that? It's very important to present the property in its best light from the time that people drive up, so that when they go into the property, there's nothing to object to. Then when they get inside, it needs to be clean as a pin, absolutely spotless. You can command a premium price for a premium property if it is presented in its best light, and you have to make no apologies for it. That means touching up, making sure the paint is touched up, making sure that everything is clean, all the way down to behind the toilets, behind the bushes, the driveway, the garage, everything. What the property looks like and how it's presented is going to help determine what kind of tenant you are able to obtain. How you present the property, the attitude that you've taken as a landlord in presenting the property, is going to influence how your tenant takes care of it. If they perceive that the property's not been well maintained, what impetus do they have to maintain it well themselves? If they perceive that the property has been well maintained, has been looked after, it's been cared for, the onus is on them to do the same and to treat it the same way. And that's one of the reasons that you hire a professional property manager to handle your screening, as we talked about before, to make sure that the property is presented in its best light, and to make sure that your biggest investment is cared for the way it needs to be cared for. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. This is Christopher Jennings with Westgate Property Management. Thanks very much for joining us.